To become financially independent, you must turn part of your income into capital, turn capital into enterprise into profit, turn profit into an investment, and turn investment into financial independence. Jim Rohn. Number 10. Total financial dependency. This is stage 0 of your financial independence journey. At this stage, you have nothing and depend on your family or friends to help you keep your head above water. At this stage, you can't afford shelter, food, or transport. This stage usually doesn't last very long if you're actively looking for work or other ways to make money. And it's worth noting that you can suffer financial dependency at any stage in your life. For example, if you just finished school and have no means to earn money or had a job and then lost it abruptly, you would have to depend on someone to help you out. If you're elderly and have no money saved for retirement, you'd rely on your children to take care of you. Being at this stage of total dependency, especially when you're starting life, is the motivation you need to make some money and stop relying on other people for help. No one would say no to having money in their pocket, and many of us know how it feels to be dependent on another person for our upkeep. But we can tell you this much. If you're money-wise, this is the lowest place you'll ever be financially, and can only keep rising from here. Number 9. Financial dependency with cash flow. This next stage is not all roses and rose petals, but it beats being totally dependent on others for upkeep. There's nothing as embarrassing as asking for money to buy even the most private items. Well, in this stage, you don't have to be too embarrassed, even though you're still depending on others. This financial dependency with cash flow stage is when you have some cash flowing in and can afford things you wouldn't want to ask money for, such as underwear. But you still can't afford to feed yourself every day or pay rent. And if you would, the money you earn is barely enough to get by. And you have to depend on other people or loan institutions to get you through till your next paycheck. In the dependency with cash flow stage, you are still underwater, but your head is beginning to appear above water. And it's just a matter of time before you can breathe on your own. When you're at this stage, you can see the light at the end of the tunnel, which motivates you to keep going. Number 8. Financial solvency. A financially solvent person can cater to their basic needs even when their net worth is negative. This means that they've improved how they manage their finances, their financial beliefs have changed, or their cash flow has improved. In the financial solvency stage, you stop depending on your parents and friends. There are positive benefits to being in the solvency stage because it means that your cash flow is positive, you're not at the mercy of someone else financially, and you're free from the financial anxiety of not being able to afford necessities. Being in the financial solvency stage is positive psychologically because you're capable of paying off some of the debt, which means you don't have to duck behind a car when you see that Shylock lender approaching. This is the stage at which you start building your wealth by paying off some simple debts and creating some goals. That said, you're not able to build an emergency fund with this money and would have to pay for emergencies and debts out of your pocket, which may cause you to use your credit card to pile on debt or ask for money from family. Number 7. Financial stability. Reaching the financial stability stage is encouraging because this is where you start building an emergency fund. An emergency fund is an amount you put aside for emergencies, which is more important than paying your debt. For example, if your car breaks down in the middle of a freeway, you're in real trouble, and without an emergency fund, you can't pay for roadside assistance, or even for your vehicle to be towed to the side to avoid more catastrophic results. Having an emergency fund can set your mind at ease and allow you to finally keep your eye on the goals you have set for yourself. While you're encouraged to have an emergency fund worth at least 6 months of living expenses, an emergency fund of $3,000 can make all the difference between financial solvency and financial stability. The financial stability stage doesn't require you to be debt-free because you may still have credit card debt, a mortgage, and even student loans on top of that. But your emergency fund will act as a financial buffer to ensure that you don't fall into debt if you encounter an emergency or have to cater to an unexpected expense. Number 6. Freedom from debt. This is a mind-freeing, peace-bringing stage that anyone who has been past it can attest to. Nothing is as freeing as knowing you owe no individual or institution anything. Debt can bring any type of progress you have made to come to a screeching halt. This is because you have to take a portion of your income to settle it, which dents you further and hinders you from reaching your goals. For example, if you have $2,000 credit card debt, payable every 30 days at a rate of 18% APR, your daily interest is 0.05% or close to $1. If you fail to pay your balance in full after 30 days, your interest increases, and every day it compounds, costing you interest on interest. As days go by, your debt gets out of hand and you become a prisoner of your credit card. The debt-free stage frees you from all this math and financial anxiety. You can pay the high-interest debt and start saving more money towards your emergency fund and the bigger goals you have set for yourself. After being debt-free, you can start accumulating your expenses, which is what we'll talk about next. Number 5. Accumulation of expenses. We've heard many financial experts encouraging us to save at least 6 months' worth of savings to help us with our day-to-day lives in case we face a major life event, such as job loss or disability. But accumulating your expenses goes deeper than just being a cushion for the hard times. It's a financial stage that gives you the platform to start accumulating your wealth. Having cleared most of your high-interest debt, you can create a goal to accumulate 1 year's worth of expenses. This is because you have more control over your finances and are cushioned in case of a major life event. For example, if you spent $15,000 last year, your goal after repaying your debt should be to accumulate $15,000 this year. At this stage, you can walk away from a toxic work environment and find one that aligns with your goals. Then, it's time to set a new goal to accumulate 5 years' worth of expenses, which totals $75,000 and so on. When you get to a space where you can go for several years without running out of cash or having to tighten your belt, we are pleased to tell you that you are on your way to financial security. Number 4. Financial security. After you have accumulated enough expenses to last you a good amount of time without feeling the financial pressure, you can start putting your wealth into financial assets. These assets are called wealth machines, and their work is to grow your assets by earning you interest or some other form of income such as dividends. You reach the stage of financial security when income from your assets surpasses your annual expenses. For example, if your capital is $300,000 and the annual returns are $50,000, your interest is greater than your annual expenses, which, in our previous example, were $15,000. You have earned 3 times more. This allows you to become financially secure. The financial security stage can give you the platform to make riskier business moves without worrying about the financial repercussions. You can quit your job and not worry about it because your basic survival does not depend on your 9 to 5. But we are not asking you to quit your job. We are just telling you that it would be safe for you to follow your passions when you're at the stage of financial security. Number 3. Financial reliability. The financial reliability stage affirms the importance of a solid investment plan. If you've been saving money regularly, you have surpassed the financial stability and security stages by investing some of your accumulated wealth in short-term and long-term assets that can provide returns and are reaping the benefits of your investments. You may still need your job at this point because what you're trying to do is go to the next stage where you're financially independent. At the financial reliability stage, you may still have low-interest debt, such as a mortgage, but are also looking into making solid investment plans that can get you to the next stage of your financial independence. For example, you may make a plan to open a business while you're still in employment. And because your previous stage of financial security is bringing in a good income, you can meet your primary needs and have money set aside to help you with your new business. You may also be investing in real estate, such as buying an Airbnb, and start earning money from it. This means that your second income can settle your mortgage and are on your way to owning a house and being completely free of financial burdens. Number 2. Financial freedom. If you're at the financial freedom stage, you know that it has taken some blood, sweat, tears, and more sweat to get here, and are now free of any financial hurdles and can get to enjoy the fruits of your labor. This is the stage where you do not need your job because you have made enough and your passive income is greater than the income you've been earning from your job. This is because you have diversified your investment portfolio and can earn from multiple income streams, and can afford to splurge a little bit on that $100,000 premium car that you have had your eye on, or go on that cruise that you've sworn on everything that's holy to take. The difference between the previous stages and the financial freedom stage is that in the previous stages, spending a little more money than you had planned would mess up your goal. But in this stage, you can dig deeper into your pocket without making a noticeable dent into your finances. Sounds liberating, doesn't it? Well, we're here to tell you that it totally is. You are truly free of financial burdens in every sense of the word. Before we get into number 1, make sure to check out the links in the description for our best recommendations to boost your savings. Number 1. Financial abundance. Simply put, the stage of financial abundance is having more than you know what to do with, and your net worth is so great you no longer need to introduce yourself. We kid you not. We know what you're thinking, that you are in the stages of Warren Buffett and Jeff Bezos, and in a way, you are. But it doesn't mean that the whole world has to know you, just the people who matter to you. For example, in this stage of abundance, you can afford to build a house for someone that was affected by a Hurricane Ian without breaking a sweat. You can also spend an insane amount of money to help others that are less fortunate without suffering any financial setbacks. This is the fairy tale stage that everyone dreams of. Someone that's at this stage has gone through every phase of financial independence and has made the right choices about their finances to get there. Many times when we see billionaires and people with notable wealth, we wish upon the stars to get there, but it can't be possible if we don't start from the dirt, unless you're a trust fund beneficiary. And even if you are on the second or third stage right now, it's not too late for you to take your finances seriously. And years from now, you will be where you wish you were. Every journey starts with a small step, like Mark Cuban's journey. He started saving a few dollars a week, and now he's one of the most notable financial experts in the world. Make sure to check out the next video. You're going to get a ton of value from this one. See you there.